Seth Godin wrote a book, and the title of the book was called Purple Cow. And what he suggested in the book is when you think about your competitive advantages, think of a purple cow. Imagine if you were driving your car outside of Houston farmland and you saw a purple cow in the middle of a pasture. That cow would stand apart. It would be unforgettable. And that's what you want your competitive advantage to be. You want something that causes you to stand apart. You want to be a purple cow. Clara, how about for you?
So we have one stop location. We can have all your marketing collateral, all your operations materials when you need them, and as many as you need.
Okay. So one stop, you don't have to go to 3 different places. We can handle this for you. Let's hear one more. Drew, how about for you, a competitive advantage?
All right, you able to hear me?
Yep.
All right, ours is a mobile app.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be,
Mm-hmm.
so that would be like our competitive edge for that.
Okay, and your competitors do not have that?
Right. So it offers a lot of features, like you can know when the team's on their way, when they finish, and things like that. So it offers a lot of features that would be beneficial to the customers.
Okay, good. So we heard about a half a dozen examples of competitive advantages. What did you think? Good ones? Yeah? Yeah. Well, when I heard those competitive advantages, and well, when I hear most competitive advantages, 3 words come to mind. You ready? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I could have written down those 6 competitive advantages before I heard them because I hear the same competitive advantages every time I ask. One-stop shop, single focus, unique product features, blah, blah, blah. And we wonder why we're not able to set ourselves apart. We wonder why we're not able to differentiate ourselves. Well, when I gave you the definition of competitive advantages, first of all, no fault of yours. Most companies do the same thing. When I gave you the definition of a competitive advantage, I left something out, an important part. And that is, for something to be a competitive advantage, there must be proof or evidence of that competitive advantage, or it's not a competitive advantage. There must be proof or evidence that we can cite relative to that competitive advantage, or it's not a competitive advantage. Okay, so John, I want to come back to you, if we might. So what would be the proof or evidence that of the competitive advantage that you shared, that you are single focused? What would be the proof or evidence of that? And because remember, the mindset of the consumer is one of distrust, is one of cynicism, is one of, I don't know if I believe that or not. So what proof or evidence would you give me of that competitive advantage?
If it's going to be unique, obviously you could list your competitors A, B, C, and D, and have the different topics that different things that they work on. So if they work on 5 items or 6 items, they're not a single focus unique. That would be one that I would think of. The other thing in terms of our corporate, my wife's got a doctorate in math education. I don't think there's too many people out there who have owners who are actually have a doctorate in mathematics education.
I like both of those. So let's go to the first one. How many direct competitors would you say you have?
I probably have 6.
Okay. How many of those only do math tutoring?
None.
Beautiful. Okay. So of the 6 direct competitors in our marketplace, we are the only ones that only focus on math tutoring. So
correct.
You see how I introduced just a small piece of evidence. The evidence is there's six choices out there. We're the only ones that offer just math. And then the other might be, we have, you've got choices. There are half a dozen other tutors out there. We are the only ones that have a PhD in math leading our tutoring efforts. Proof or evidence of the competitive advantage.